Yamato Scientific. It is 125 years since its founding in Nihonbashi City, Tokyo, then called Oedo during the latter 19th century in 1889. Today, Yamato sells to over 40 countries worldwide with yearly total sales topping 80 billion yen, including group companies. The Yamato Scientific CO2 Incubator. This product is utilized by the IPSL Research Institute at Kyoto University, led by Nobel Prize recipient Professor Shinya Yamanaka. Yamato Scientific products today are a significant contributor to R&D and to production technology. Life for Yamato Scientific began in Nihonbashi, Japan's transportation hub and flourishing central business district since the Edo era. Nihonbashi in the 21st century continues to advance and evolve with progressive redevelopment. With the ever-changing Nihonbashi, Yamato Scientific also continues to innovate into a new era with rich history and traditions handed down over numerous years. In 2013, headquarters are relocated to the Koredo Muromachi building, demonstrating Yamato's objective for further development. 125 years. Visionary leaders lay the course for each era with its dedicated employees. We invite you on a journey to retrace their footsteps through the abundant history. (1889), Sosuke Morikawa founds Yamato-ya, a glassware wholesaler in Nihonbashi at the age of 25. In this same year, the Eiffel Tower is erected to commemorate the World's Fair in Paris, France. Main initiatives shouldered by Yamato's founder covering almost half a century are the establishment of a medical glass wholesaler, the development of the medical X-ray tube, the evolution to higher quality laboratory glassware, recovery from the Great Kanto earthquake, and the construction of a modern head office building. When Yamato is founded, the president's younger brother Kanjiro assists in the business, and Sosuke's wife Masa also dedicates herself to support him. Yamato-ya gradually expands its business over the Nihonbashi district and acquires a larger operation center. In 1901, 12 years after its founding, Yamato headquarters are moved to the location where it will remain for more than a century. Initially, the primary focus is on medical glassware and on distributing medicine bottles to pharmacies. An avid researcher himself, Sosuke Morikawa develops the Morikawa Safety Eye Drop bottle and acquires his first patent in 1906. 1915, at the Army's request and with diverse challenges, production of the medical X-ray tube begins successfully. His achievements are later recognized at the Tokyo Peace Memorial Exhibition, where he is presented with the Gold Award. In this period, wholesalers generally lead the industries and play a main role in warehousing, production funding, and product sales. 1914, the industry's first general catalog is published, focusing mainly on laboratory glassware. 1919, an export department is established, and export begins to territories such as North America and Southeast Asia. A study of the records from this time shows that sales are steadily increasing. With an ever-widening business scope, and although the expanded headquarters burns to the ground in the great 1923 Kanto earthquake, business promptly resumes in a temporary location. By 1929, 6 years following the earthquake, a sturdy 4-story reinforced concrete building with a basement is rebuilt. This structure withstands the massive Nihonbashi air raids of World War II. 1937, Sosuke Morikawa retires at the age of 74 and transfers his entire estate to a successor. When Sosuke Morikawa Jr. takes his predecessor's name at age 35, the Sino-Japanese War and World War II brings a period of extreme difficulty. With these tribulations, he will bring about numerous achievements within 35 years, including a shift to scientific instruments as a primary business, post-war recovery, incorporating Yamato, constructing Yamato's own factory, and development of nationwide sales offices and a dealer network. In the Scientific Instruments Catalog published in 1939, 50 years after founding, President Morikawa Jr. is quoted as saying, "Great research can be accomplished with superior scientific instruments. I feel tremendous responsibility in our position to provide these instruments." 1940. The Yamato Association is formed and takes leadership in the industry while nonetheless experiencing the hardship of sending employees off to war. In 1946, the year following World War II, Yamato is incorporated and Yamato Scientific Instruments is born. As an incorporated entity, resulting yearly sales are 1.19 million yen, equivalent to 1.1 billion yen in today's currency. Catalogs of the time are printed by mimeograph, and the products published are mostly the same as that of the pre-war era. On the Yamato 70th anniversary pamphlet in 1959, a photograph of headquarters is shown. Main headquarters at this time is comprised of a glass processing facility, warehouse, office, and showroom. The main product line shown here is still manufactured by subcontractors. As time passes, the need for production in a Yamato-owned factory gradually emerges. It is in this period that development of nationwide sales offices begins with offices in Nagoya and Osaka. Shown here is a company profile published in 1962 to further build company image. Ahead of competing companies, production of Yamato brand products are on track to correspond with customer demands, needs, and ideas. 1966. Yamato products are on display at the Japanese Scientific Instruments Exhibition in Chicago, in the first post-war international exhibition. Until now, overseas events are suspended because of the war. In the same year, the first domestic distributor meeting is held with 38 participating distributors. 1968. The Atsugi factory is constructed, beginning full-scale production with 230 employees total, of which 30 are production and development staff. 1969. Yamato marks the 80th anniversary of its founding. Sosuke Morikawa Jr. adopts the motto Junten Songyaku Tenbo, meaning only that which matches the laws of nature will survive, and that which does not will die out. His book entitled Junten Son is published post-mortem. Shortly following the war, he establishes the Scientific Instruments Association. Having also served as the director, he receives the Imperial Prize. At 70, he entrusts his eldest son, Tatsumi, with the company baton. In this era of dramatic growth, annual sales grows from 1.19 million yen shortly after the war to 6 billion yen. (1972), 83 years after the establishment of Yamato, Tatsumi Morikawa, 43, begins wading through the challenges of the first oil crisis. President Tatsumi expands and develops company resources, including products and real estate. He renames the company Yamato Scientific Company Limited, divides the company according to function, expands into the U.S., extends the Atsugi factory, and establishes the Yamato Scientific Instruments Company. 1973. 84 years after the establishment of Yamato, Tatsumi Morikawa Jr. is crowned President of the Yamato Association. constructs the Yamanashi factory, and reconstructs company headquarters. In a spirit of autonomy and altruism, President Tatsumi divides the company into production, service, and laboratory facilities and requires them to pursue better creativity and more transparent financial management. By 1982, he further accomplishes his desire to expand into the U.S. by opening a representative office in Chicago, the hub of scientific instruments, and in 1990, builds a production factory in the suburbs of New York City. Back in Japan, meanwhile, President Tatsumi expands the domestic facility in Atsugi. In 1981, the Yamanashi factory, currently the Minami Alps factory, is newly built, becoming the industry's first mass production factory capable of an integrated manufacturing process, from sheet metal to coating to final assembly, and becoming the foundation of Yamato's manufacturing capability today. Tatsumi Morikawa commemorates the 90th anniversary of Yamato's founding in 1979, followed by the 100th anniversary in 1989. In the year of the 100th anniversary, President Tatsumi decides to rebuild the historic headquarters which has overseen the development of Yamato. He builds a new headquarters having 9 floors above ground, 2 basement floors, and equipped with the latest facilities. This unites group functions which had been individually segmented until this time. His aggressive management style leads to unprecedented growth of annual sales from 6 billion yen to 30 billion yen. In 1999, 110 years after Yamato's founding, current President Satoshi Morikawa, 44, is appointed 4th president and begins guiding the company through a business environment made lean by the burst of the IT bubble and by the World Trade Center terrorist attacks. He presently addresses collaboration of industry, academia, and government to develop new products, promotion of globalization, strengthening manufacturing capabilities and group management, and cooperation in redeveloping Nihonbashi District. Currently, Yamato has 21 domestic offices with over 600 employees throughout Japan and 5 overseas offices with more than 100 employees. Satoshi Morikawa promotes medical instruments developed by collaborating with foreign companies and actively works to develop new high-value products, focusing on industry-academia-government collaborations. 2004. Yamato establishes a subsidiary in Shanghai, followed by a joint production venture in Chongqing the following year. To adapt to changes in the era, Yamato expands in the ASEAN region while relocating the U.S. base in New York to Silicon Valley on the West Coast. Focus has further been to strengthen Yamato manufacturing capability at the Minami Alps factory. In introducing the latest processing machinery and powder coating line, the aim is to increase productivity and add value while striving for improved quality to enhance the overall Yamato brand lineup. 2006, a new R&D center is built to enhance the atmosphere for research and development and to support design capability with 3D CAD. This center features demonstration rooms, testing and research laboratories, as well as training and seminar rooms for the convenience of our customers. In addition, Yamato actively works toward enhancing group management. In the year 2000, Sun Medics, our medical equipment company, is launched by the merger of Yamato Medical for general medical devices and Morikawa Medical Device Manufacture, specializing in radiology. Not long after the war in 1948, Yamato Glass, currently Yamato Material, is established at the request of the Ministry of Health and Welfare to supply milk bottles, a collaboration which continues today and strengthens yearly. Comprising the current organization is Yamato Scientific for R&D, Sun Medics for the medical sector, and Yamato Material for packaged containers and electronics. By taking advantage of each company's strengths, we aim for further development. 2013. In cooperation with the redevelopment of the Nihonbashi district, Yamato sells the real estate and building where its landmark headquarters are located for over a century, and acquires a new office building nearby, while the headquarters are relocated to Koredo Muromachi, facing Chuo Street. President Satoshi Morikawa acts as a member on committees such as the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology. In 2014, he founds the Yamato Scientific Award to commemorate the 125th anniversary of Yamato's founding and to reinforce the success of future leaders in science and technology. Having carried over annual sales of 30 billion yen, he overcomes a particularly difficult period marked by the Lehman shock and currently propels the entire group in turning over 80 billion yen. In keeping with the principle of contributing to the progress of science and technology that will bring happiness to mankind, Yamato's objective is to bring about the prosperity of employees and to further develop the company. Since its founding, each successive generation has piloted Yamato through periods of difficulty and opposition brought on by such events as the earthquake, war, the oil crisis, and the burst of the bubble economy without faltering. Along with management are the many dedicated employees who faithfully work to support Yamato's long history. This group photograph, taken at the rebuilt headquarters circa 1932, shows the first 3 leadership generations in front row center. Shown here is an image from 10 years after World War II in 1955. A large number of employees participate in the company trip to Nasu in 1962. In addition to these, at various events such as birthday celebrations and sporting events, employees can be seen comfortably enjoying themselves while mingling with those in management. Many have joined in such sporting events as table tennis matches and softball tournaments. Yamato's dormitory in Nakano and Edogawa promotes employee welfare. A former reception room, offices, and factories all set the stage for successive generations of employees to succeed on. General catalogs issued every 2 years and other catalogs introduce various Yamato products and other instruments. The Japan Scientific Equipment Exhibition, where advanced products are introduced and where internal seminars for new products are conducted. Here, outstanding employees are awarded and the president gives his customary New Year greeting. New employees, a few years after going through their initiation ceremony, group training and factory training, grow to be valuable employees. Yamato now welcomes approximately 20 new employees every year. A typical board meeting determines company objectives and procedures. A shareholder meeting discloses company performance and financials. Through all organized activities, meetings, and events, the history and traditions of Yamato Scientific are perpetually passed on. Current employees continue to carry the pride and responsibility within themselves that is Yamato Scientific, giving their highest effort in their respective workplaces. The Yamato Scientific torch continues on in being passed to future generations. At the center of the Yamato crew abides the president of each successive generation. The strong bond between president and personnel is the beacon of Yamato Scientific and its greatest strength. Yamato Scientific continues resolute in advancing the progress of science and technology for all generations to come.